Now the ore processing, that is the next thing I want to get to. And that is going to be over here. Because we're going to be crushing it right here. And then bringing it over this way and process it like all over here and stuff. And while I'm thinking about it, we should get our clipboard out. We haven't used it in a while. We need to check off some of the stuff we've done. We've got the large bronze boiler, we've got the steam turbine, the basic assembler, the polarizer. So now we need to do the ore washer. It's probably not going to be too difficult. Okay, bunch of tin, glass, trick stuff. We'll do the same thing we normally do. Expand everything so we know exactly how much of everything we're going to need. We should have our total list of everything that we need. Alright, let's gather it. Pretty easy to get the vacuum tubes now. Loving that. I better extend the roof too, because if these get wet, they could explode. So glad I have a little bit of roof right now, but we're gonna have to expand that. We need the electric motor. Oh, that's why we need the magnetic steel and steel, but oh no, that's not the best recipe. Oh well, I like this recipe. This is a much better recipe because that way I don't use the steel. But since I did it already, let's just make it. Now we just need to make 2 of these basic electronic circuits. And as we did before, we can just use this again. Very easy. Resistors first. Resistors. Then the tubes. And that, then the glue, which we already have some, and then pièces de résistance. The plates. Do we not have... Oh, we do need a couple steel plates still. Yep, I don't see them anywhere up here. Oh wait, they're there. Steel plates. They were hiding. Good. I thought I had everything. Alright, now let's just throw it on and have it go to town. Resin circuit boards doing their thing. Wow, just that easy. And then ore washer is complete. Wow. You know, it's not too difficult getting these done. It's kind of cool. Oh, we need more lighting. It's so dark in here. Although these simple light bulbs that I created, it used to be that you could create them just with this tin alloy. However, now, I think with an update, they made it more difficult. Yeah, to make the simple light bulbs, it was glowstone tin alloy plates. Really easy to do. We could get the glowstone. We had that. Problem is now, in order to get glowstone blocks, you have to use a solidifier. So maybe we should create a solidifier just so we can make some lights as well. Yeah, that's the only way to get the glowstone. It used to be you could get the glowstone another way. Ooh, we're gonna have to change that too because it's up and down into there. And we want to take stuff over here. We could use the belts or we could use item pipes. Could also just switch this to the other side. Yeah, I think we'll redesign this. I want to move that crate. So now we can use the handy dandy tape, which I crafted before. I shift right click. Yeah, shift right click. Take our wrench, pop it off, and it still has everything in it. So until we're ready, we'll just hold on to that. We're going to have this just pop straight down. And let's change that up. In fact, let's go sleep so it's light. There we go, much better. Okay, so we're going to have a belt catching this and going straight across that way. We'll have it go into the ore washer first, and then we'll start doing the magic. There we go. Just put that there. We'll have this stuff falling in here. It'll go over there. We should already be filtering out all of the stuff that we want crush. And maybe we could later on put maybe a brass tunnel that would filter off things that we don't want washed. But I think right now everything we want washed. And stick one right there, so when this is moving, everything is going to go into the ore washer. We are going to have to power it. That's okay. Figure that out later. If we look at, where is it? The ore processing here. So in low voltage, there's crushing, but it does not give you extra stuff. It's not until you get into high voltage that you get byproducts from crushing. So we can crush it, we'll wash it and get byproducts. We'll thermal centrifuge it and get byproducts. You could sift the gems and get byproducts. And then it says macerator again, but I don't think we're going to get byproducts from it. And centrifuge, I think that is only going to be for stuff that we've sifted. Then there's other things we can do. But, you know, we could just make a macerator, an electric one, just to check it out, see what's going on. Okay, so if you're on program circuit 2, it's just going to give you the purified limonite ore. If it's on 1, it's going to give you byproducts. Why would you ever want it on just 2? Oh, I see why. Because of the duration. See, this only takes 0.4 seconds to process, but if you want the excess stuff, it's going to take 20 seconds. So let's change that to circuit 1. There we go. Now it's washing it, and are we actually going to get nickel and stone dust out of it the first time? And there it is. We actually did nickel dust and stone dust. The output is west. It is auto output, but it looks like we're going to have to use a funnel if we're going to want to put it onto the mechanical belt here. That is good to know. You can take the funnel, just stick it on, and boom! There goes the stuff. Right into the chest. No. Why do I keep doing that? Okay. We got the purified limonite ore. Plus some nickel dust. Ooh. And some stone dust. Nice. Okay, other test. We want to take the funnel off. We're going to take off the chest. What happens if I just stick the chest right there, like that? Will the products automatically go into the chest? I'm thinking they should, but once again, you never know. And there it is. And yeah, it went straight into the chest. Okay, then in order to get stuff out of the chest, we need to put it onto the belt. Although, let's see, what if we put a crushed limonite in this chest, and we go into the settings here. So item auto output is enabled. Circuit settings. If we go to here, it's disabled to have items input from the output side. We allow items input from the output side. I was hoping it would like suck it in from there. So a little bit of a change in plans, because the way I want this to work is I want to have a buffer in between the machines, and because of that, we're gonna have to do this. Thinking we've got the ores coming in to the washer, and then from the washer they'll spit onto a belt, which we're gonna put right here like this, all the way over to here. And then on this side, we're going to have another belt go from here all the way over to here. Oh, I guess we gotta get rid of that. There we go. We're going to have a machine right here that's going to be picking stuff off of this. Okay, no, the machine's going to be... Oh gosh. The machine's going to be right here. Because we're going to be picking up stuff from the belt into the chest. Like this. And we're going to be picking stuff into this chest as well. And into this chest as well. So from here, we can then apply these funnels like this, and then one on like, no, not like that. Oh, we need the machine right here. Let's go ahead and put the thermal centrifuge. I'm going to put the thermal centrifuge right here. So then we have another funnel. It's going to go into it right there like that. So everything that's going to go in the thermal centrifuge will be picked up after I switch that around. So it'll dump onto here, picked up into here, and then go over to there. Now if I right click on these, I think they extend, yeah. So it won't actually show anything going through, but that is going into the thermal centrifuge. And then from there, we can plop it out right there, like that. And then we'll have the sifter on this side right here, because the stuff going into there will go into the sifter. So we have stuff going into thermal centrifuge and stuff going into the sifter. And the sifter will pop out its stuff right here as well. So we'll have both of the things coming out from those two machines right here. And then this machine we could set up as the centrifuge, just the regular one. So anything that needs to go into the centrifuge will come into here. And then that's it for now. We could add another crusher or any other machines that we might want to do later on. But this, I think, is going to be our basic setup for now. And that way we'll have some buffer storage. So we need to get another belt. So that means we can have belt going from here to here. We'll just place an andesite block on there for now, representing the machine. So do that, extend them, and there we go. And we're going to have to replace the steam turbine because I put it too close, and with all these belts, there's not enough space for the wires. So I think what I'm going to do is put the wires basically through the floor and up into the machines as needed. Alright, we got all the belts in. We got this belt going the right way. We got this to power... Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay, so we've got this nice little compact contraption to just power the belts. So this powers all three of the belts running this way. Then on this side, this one I made a little extra long so that we could put in a gearbox to power this one. So all the belts are powered. I just said it's 128 because that's a good speed. It's not too fast and it's not super slow. Like it. Got this going in, this popping out, filter in, going through. You can see the difference between having them closed like this or having them open. I mean, you could just have them open just for fun. Maybe I'll do that for just a little bit, but maybe I'll close it later. And then output, this is a future thing. And then input there. So for now, since these are not being used, I'm just going to turn them around. The only one being used is this one right here. So whatever doesn't get sucked up into there is just going to go straight into the chest here. So yeah, let's just power the centrifuge, the thermal centrifuge. Nice, it is getting power and there's no short circuits or anything or burnouts. I've got I used just 4x cable down there and it's running underneath this belt right here on the floor. And then I'm branching out and up because I didn't want to go straight through the belt because you can't really go through the belt. But yeah, power is coming through. So I guess what we can do is filter this. And to do that, we can do a couple of different things. We've got a list filter. We've got the attribute filter. Don't know what is going to be the best option. I think we're just going to play around with it and see. I know watching Ricky's YouTube videos, he uses a list filter, and you can expand that and put list filters inside of list filters, I believe. Can you put an attribute filter in a list filter? You can. So that's interesting. The attribute filter, I'm not entirely sure what we would put in there. Like, let's say, limonite. We are going to get crushed and then purified. So the purified stuff, that's the stuff that we want to put into our centrifuge, the thermal centrifuge. As the word purified, maybe we want to do that. We can try that. See how that works. So we're going to put that right here. So all purified ores should pop into here and then go into the thermal centrifuge. And then everything will pop out. So let's run some stuff through and see what happens. But when we get it out here... Oh, I hear that running. That is not good. It's not getting enough power, is it? It's because we don't have steam, and the reason for that is I turned off the large bronze boiler. Because I only turn it on when I need it. That way we can build up a reserve of creosote. That should be filling up once it heats up. Yeah, there we go. It's filling up with steam. Alright, we got our electricity. Let's turn this thing back on. Oop. Oh, I need to set the side that it outputs to, don't I? Item auto output enabled. Oh, that is not working. I mean, maybe it's because of the loss. Well, in that case, let's wrap them up and see if that does anything else. We've got a whole bunch of these that I've created, and we've got more that we can make. So let's do that. That was better, but still not good enough. Apparently the ore washer does not use that much electricity. Oh, because the turbine's not using enough. It's not getting enough steam. So we might need to use larger steam pipes. I had some 4x cables going straight to it. Would that actually matter? That and power. So this is 4x cables going in. I don't think that matters, but I mean, let's see. Yeah, look at that. It's still draining. And it's not going to be able to do it. It was so close. But yeah, that did not matter. Oh, there was an explosion. Ooh, would explain why it stopped working. Okay, so these are generating enough, but the problem is I've got 2 amps going out now. So if I turned this on, this would probably go kaboom. I mean, seriously? I have to have all 4x, I guess. Okay, since this is close, we could probably just do the regular 4x like this, hook it up, call it good. And then on this side, I mean, we could just use what we've got right here. Connect it up. release these from the burning out. Now when we turn it on, okay, so it is enabled. The electricity is going down, but then it should, yeah, there we go. So now it's stable. I don't know why it goes down like that though. It goes down and then hovers around the middle. Over on this side, turn him on. You got power, dude. Why are you not doing something? Oh, because he doesn't have any water. Oh, gosh. Yep. Kind of like having the water going around instead of making an infinite water source on the spot with a pump. There we go. Okay. That's running, and oh, apparently if you touch electrical stuff, it hurts you. It's going down, but it should stabilize. Yeah. Okay, so this is running. There we go. Plenty. Back downstairs and place. Oh, we gotta get our wrench and there we go. Oh, does this one not have any steam? It's not connected. Connect you. There you go. Now they should both have steam. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Plenty of steam. Plenty of steam in you. Plenty of steam in you. Come over here and you can see the thermal centrifuge is working just fine. And then if we have a buildup of the refined limonite ore, when we do get to the high voltage age, then we could refine it even more and get more of the byproducts. So now that we've got the washer going and we've got the thermal centrifuge going, let's get the sifter going. So let's make that. And so we can take the thermal centrifuge off our list. Okay, sifter. Here we go. Let's see, what do we need to make this? We're gonna need a couple of those. Yes, we know how to do that. We're gonna need another machine hole, of course. Pistons, motors. Ah, this is something new, an item filter. Zinc foil. Use our wonderful polarizer here. Gotta love it. Zippity zappity. I am loving this. I needed some tin wire, and so I threw in a stack of tin. I'm getting a bunch of tin dust and the tin. So that is great. Alright, we got everything for the basic sifter. Check. I'm going to put that in its place. Okay, so now we just need to put on a filter right here and filter all of the gems that we're crushing into the sifter. So if we look at the filter, drag that up. Okay, put it right there. Now there was one that had a sifting tag. There it is, forge siftables. Okay, so if we add that, I think that will only input siftable materials. Of course, now we've got to flip that around. The wrench. There we go. Okay, so now anything going into here will be siftable materials and then go into the sifter. Snip. There we go. Now let's see if the sifter will actually pick up this purified ruby ore. Well, looks like it doesn't use that much electricity either. That's good. We got a flawed ruby, chipped ruby. Okay, so now we have it up and running. Let's see if we can have both going at the same time and if we can actually keep up. That does not look good. Okay, so it looks like they both can't be on at the same time. It means I'm going to need more power. Hey, look at that. We've got some nice ruby stuff and some Certus quartz that I picked up. Wow, even a flawless one. All right, well, that is cool. Like, we're going to call it there then as an episode. We have our wonderful ore processing finished, and we just need to add a little bit more to it, process all this stuff, and move on to the next thing that we want to do, which is batteries. We're going to want some batteries. We're going to want some battery buffers. So we're going to work on that next episode. So until then, catch you later. Bye.